YouTube. My name is Shay and welcome to my channel, Manifestation with Karmic Psycho. Here on my channel, I discuss manifesting the life that you deserve to have, spirituality in general, and then of course my journey through ascension. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to be here with you today. If you do enjoy this video, go ahead and like it. And if you like my content, go ahead and subscribe. You know you want to hit that notification bell so you can be informed when I post. And if you're part of the spiritual family, welcome back. I'm glad to be in this space with you again. Today, I have some really fun content that I'm inspired to. I'm really called towards numerology right now and numbers. And I just had like this brilliant idea to do a video about compatibility within the different life paths, because I honestly think this is a good thing to do. Instead of just seeking out your sun sign, it's really important to look at the numbers that you have in your chart as well and base your compatibility off of that, because your life path number is related to your whole purpose, and you definitely want to be in relationship with someone who fits into what your purpose is. So first, I just have a little mug message because I'm drinking some tea. I don't know if this is backwards, but it says enjoy the ride. And I feel like that's a love message since this is about compatibility. But this doesn't have to just be compatibility in romantic relationships. It could also be compatibility in platonic relationships as well. I am so hoarse. I went to the Millennial concert a few days ago, and I was really nervous to go just with COVID and everything like that, but I was so excited, and it just was like so healing to my inner child, because when I was younger, I wanted to go to that concert so bad, and I just felt good to go, and I had a really fun time. But back to the situation at hand. So today we're talking about compatibility within the life paths. As you can see, I'm low-key in a different place than I used to be. And honestly, I don't have no good reason other than I wanted an artsy angle and also to show off my records. So first, we're going to get started talking about the first life path, okay? The number one life path is known for being independent. They're very confident and they like to lead in relationships. So they will be most compatible. You can go ahead and check out the pinned comment so that you can find your life path and go ahead and skip right to it. And if you want to just watch the whole thing to see if you're compatible with your friends and your partners, then feel free to do so. So life path 1 is known for being very independent. They are a very confident life path and they like to lead in relationships. So they will be most compatible in relationships with people that are 3s, 5s, and 6s. They are compatible with these type of people because these people are very fun-loving, energetic. So somebody that is like a 1 that is kind of a little bit serious, these people are going to get them to flow and be more movable and flexible with life. The energy with 6 specifically is so nurturing, and that's just something that a 1 could use. Now, the numbers that are the least compatible with a 1 are another 1, 8, and 9. Why? Well, first of all, there can't be 2 leaders in the relationship. So 2 1s being together, you tend to butt heads a lot. Or just maybe not see eye to eye. Now, this relationship could work out if both people have good communication skills, which means they are open to criticism, and able to self-reflect, to grow. then 2 1s can definitely be in a relationship together if they know how to have balance. Now, as far as an 8 is not compatible with a 1 because they are just really materialistic, and 1s and 8s just wouldn't have like the same reasoning for doing things. They just wouldn't be able to relate. And then number 9 and number 1, they are too similar. They are both really removed emotionally in a way. So number 9s and 1s just would not be compatible because they are too much alike. Life path 2s are very cooperative. They make really good partners for a lot of different life paths. They're also very intuitive, so they can pick up on other people's emotions and just really empathize with a lot of people. But they're also really sensitive, so they need somebody that is compatible with them in an emotional way. Somebody that's really going to be able to understand them and communicate with them properly. So life path 2s will be most compatible with other even numbered life paths like 4, 6, and 8. So why would they be compatible with these? Well, 4 and 8 are both very stable numbers, and life path 2 is meant to make people better. So life path 2 and 4 and 8, they're basically going to be reflections to each other and are able to build them up. Life path 2 and life path 6 will especially be compatible because they are both able to really reciprocate in relationships. So it will really make a good relationship, like a very abundant relationship, because both people will be getting fulfilled. Now, the least compatible numbers with life path 2 are 3 and 5. Okay. Life path 3 is just really like this fun, like joyous energy. And life path 5 is really kind of like non-committal and like all over the place. And life path 2 needs somebody that is going to support them in their desire to be stable. And 3 and 5 is just really not going to do that because they're going to be more worried about their personal freedom. Life path 3 is very fun loving, very optimistic, and they are really great communicators. The only thing is that life path 3 really have a lot of surface level relationships. So they are really not looking for a deep emotional connection. They're more likely to be looking for something temporary, something fun, and that's not going to require them to like really be vulnerable. Life path 3 will be the most compatible with either a 1, a 5, or a 9. These are numbers that are going to be able to keep up with the 3 energy. So first of all, life path 1, they're very independent. So they're not going to require or need a lot from life path 3. They're not going to be needy. It's going to be compatible in the sense that they both going to be able to do their own thing and it's not going to bother them. 5 is similar in a way where they're also very energetic, and 5 is motivated by pleasure, where 3 is motivated by joy. So 3 and 5, they would just have so much fun together, and that's what make them compatible, period. Now, as far as 9s really have this idealistic approach and logical approach to life that can help ground the energy of the 3. Where the 3 have all this creative energy and ideas and fun, spunky energy, 9 is going to help harness that, where they can like really build a strong foundation together. Now, because 3 is so energetic and so optimistic, there are lots of life path numbers that will not be compatible with a 3. Those are 2, 3, 6, and 8. Okay. So 2 and 3 are just not compatible because 3 scares 2. Really, it's just too much. Two threes would not make a healthy or stable relationship. Three needs an energy that is going to balance them out a little bit, like give them that yin yang energy. Six and three would not make a good relationship because six would be over caring, over giving, and three would just use that right on up, okay? Three would use up six, so that would not be a good relationship. And then eight and three would honestly just be miserable together because three just wants to enjoy life, have fun, and eight is just too busy, worried, thinking about the future to really have fun. Like they would just kind of look at three like they doing a lot of frivolous stuff or they have no direction in life. It just would not be a compatible relationship. Life path 4, I really don't want you to take this in a drag at all. You guys are really stable people. You need a foundation. You need to feel secure in life. But you are very protective, so you definitely need to be with somebody that's going to submit in a certain way. You know what that means, 4. And the thing about 4 is you kind of lack passion because you're motivated by other things like money. It's not so much as, what you are passionate about. You're more motivated like, well, what is going to provide me the most security? Life path 4, you're like the type of person that somebody marries because they know that they will create a good future with them. Like they could have the American dream with them. You are like the safe choice, okay? You will be most compatible with 2s, 7s, and 8s, okay? You will be most compatible with 2 because you guys would just get each other's energy. You guys will have the same type of goals and life purposes that kind of intertwine into each other. I feel like that will be your most compatible match. I do feel like you will also be compatible with 7 because 7s are very hardworking and they have a lot of skills and talents. And you find those type of qualities very valuable in a partner. So I think that 7 and 4 will make a good match. And 4 and 8 will make a good match because you guys are both motivated by money. Y'all both are very goal oriented and y'all could be a power couple for real, honestly. Now, the least compatible numbers for Life Path 4 are going to be 3, 5, and 9. So 3 and 5 just lack the stability that 4 wants. 3 and 5 just would make 4 really anxious in a relationship and in a friendship. Like they would not make them feel supported at all. And then 4 and 9 honestly would butt heads because neither one of them would ever want to admit they're wrong. Life Path 5 is a very adventurous purpose. You guys are very flexible and you really like to have a lot of change in your life and can get bored easily. And it makes you non-committal, not only just in your relationships, but also like in your career, whatever it is, you just like to keep it really in the moment. And you guys will be the most compatible with a 1, a 3, or a 7. 5s and 1s are very compatible just because that they will really be able to balance each other out. 1s will really be able to ground the energy of the 5 and help lead them into a more purposeful direction. 5s and 3s would be super compatible because they're just so fun loving and energetic. 5 and 3 would just be like the funnest couple. Like they would be like two kids. Like if you ever seen those couple that are like, you can tell their inner child is free, like they just be laughing and playing and just having a ball, like that is a 5 and a 3's relationship. And then 5 and a 7 will be compatible because they're both very multi-talented life path numbers. So they will understand each other on a different level as far as having so many skills and the burden that comes with being so talented, because sometimes you just don't know what to pick, or sometimes you have so many things. And a lot of people look at five's energy and just think they're just so unstable. But honestly, it's just not. They just have a different viewpoint on what stability is. Um, Now, the numbers that are the least compatible with a five are 2, a 4, and a 9. So 5 and 2 is not compatible because, well, 2 and 4 are not compatible with 5 for the same reason, which is just that they require more security than a 5 can provide, in terms of the relationship. And just making them feel supported and safe. Now, as far as 5 and 9 goes, this will be very incompatible because 9 really likes to be in charge in a way that 5 just doesn't like give people that energy, like give away or whatever. 9 would like low key want to like possess you, and 5 cannot be owned. So that relationship would just not work. Life path 6 is very nurturing and a super romantic life path. Anybody will be lucky to have a doting lover like life path 6. You guys are extremely selfless in relationships. Like, you would give your last, or you just spend a lot of time really caring for and nurturing others and making other people feel loved and celebrated. Now, because of that, a lot of people will see you as an attractive partner. The most compatible numbers for you as a 6 is 1, 2, 8, and 9. Now, 6 would be compatible with all of these numbers because you guys are pretty mutable. You're a feminine energy, so you're willing to be submissive. So for numbers like 1 and 9, that will be the reason that you will be the most compatible, because you are going to allow them to lead you in a relationship. You know how to play your part. Now, numbers 2 and 8, 6 and 2 would just be both generous lovers to each other. It will be extremely fulfilling for 6 and 2 to be in a relationship. It would honestly just be a love fest, just like just all day cuddles and kisses. Like, they would be an extremely adorable couple. And then 6 and 8 would make a really good match because 6 and 8 have that balance of the masculine and feminine energies. Even though they are both feminine numbers, it's like 6 wants to be taking care of someone else in an emotional way, and 8 wants to take care of someone else in a physical way. So it's like an even exchange. It's like very much giving gender roles, like hetero gender roles. Now, the numbers that are not really compatible with life path 6 are going to be 3 and 7. So 6 and 3 are not compatible because 3 would honestly drain 6 of its resources. 6 would be like putty in their hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, 6 could become obsessed with 3 because they will be giving them that in and out energy in it. And they would not be like consistent enough to support the emotional side of a 6. And I think that 7, the same reason, will be a little bit too flighty for a 6. And 7 is low key, like, can be like the cheater life path number, I feel like, which there can be a cheater in every life path. I'm not saying that, but it's just they have a lot of options available to them. And 6 will feel very neglected, even if those options are friends and family. It's just 6 would eventually feel used. So life path 7 is a very sensual energy. So it takes specific life path to be compatible with this. You guys are a bit of antisocial and you really like to stay to yourself or basically have your core group of friends. And you're not that much turned on by like looks. You more care about somebody's personality and specifically their mind, like how much knowledge have they acquired. Life path 7, you guys are very knowledgeable. You know about a lot of different things. You got a lot of different skills. And you need somebody that's going to stimulate you. So you're very much sapiosexual, but you're also very much keep to yourself and a little bit secretive. So not all life paths can really like handle that energy. But the most compatible life paths for you as a 7 will be 4, 5s, and then other 7s. 7 and 4 would be compatible because 7 is a very desirable partner to 4. 4 is very attracted to 7 because they crave stability and they crave this protection. And because 7 is so gifted, they really give off that perception to other people that they have their stuff together. And that is what initially would attract a 4. 7s and 5s will really be compatible partners because you guys both are multi-talented like that, to the point where you can support each other in your many different endeavors. You guys can both be entrepreneurs or something and really understand each other, or both be creatives or something. So that's why you guys will be a good couple. And then a 7 and another 7, it is not a lot of life paths. Honestly, this in 22 is the only life path that I will recommend for real dating themselves. And that is because 7 is the perfect number. And that means that you guys are very even keeled and balanced in a way that a lot of other life paths are not. And that means that you can see yourself, reflect in yourself. You don't really need your relationships to have growth because you can have that internal dialogue with yourself. And because you don't need that from your relationships, that means that you're not requiring your relationships to fulfill you in that. And that's why 2 7s will be good together, because they will not drain each other. The signs that are incompatible with 7s are 6, 8, and 9. 6 and 8 would not be compatible with 7 because they need to be needed. And 7 just has so much going on that they just wouldn't really be able to give 6 and 8 like what they require. Also, 7 and 9 would not be compatible because 9 would want to kind of dominate 7, and 7's not really a life path number that can be dominated. They just really like to do their own thing. Life path 8 is a very driven sign. They're very goal oriented, but they can be a little bit controlling and manipulative. They would make good partners with 4s and 6s. So 4 and 6 will make a good partner with a life path 8 because they both crave like stability. Well, 4 craves stability and security, and 6 craves like a nice home environment. They want to have a healthy, loving, safe home. And because 8 is so goal oriented, they tend to make a lot of money and they are very successful. They are good providers. So they will make good relationships with people that are 4s or 6s. Now, life path 8, they would not make a good compatible match with a lot of other life paths. They are incompatible with ones, threes, fives, sevens, and nines. They're incompatible with a lot of these signs because they just would try and dominate and control the relationship too much. And a lot of these signs, they're either also dominating and controlling, or they just enjoy their freedom too much. So ones and nines are going to be the type of people in relationships that really like to lead. And unless eight is the type of person to don't mind making the money but not making the financial decisions type of thing, they really wouldn't be compatible with ones and nines. Now, as far as threes and fives, they just are too adventure seeking for an eight. They would not provide the security that eight wants. They would not feel balanced as far as the goals they're setting, the type of goals they're setting, or the type of home that they wanted. Like threes and fives, they probably be more looking to travel and things like that. And eight wants like the white picket fence type of life. So they just wouldn't be compatible. And then sevens and eights just wouldn't be compatible because eight would not understand sevens' need to have different things. They wouldn't even be able to mess with a seven for real, like on any level. Like, it's just, they would not be a good match. Life path nines are real loners. They are very compassionate people, but they tend to be a little bit pessimistic when it comes to themselves, but they're pretty supportive partners to other people. Life path 9 will be most compatible with 3s, 6s, or other 9s. They will be compatible with both 3 and 6 because both of those signs and 9s, actually, they're all very like in different ways. Like 3 is fun, 6 is emotional, and 9 is logical. Like life path 9 will see something different in all of them that they like. Life path 9 will see energy from all of these different numbers that they want to become, and they will also be able to support those other numbers. I really don't recommend 2 9s together, but if they were both evolved people, if they both really could be compassionate and they both didn't have any negative self-talk, then they probably could be a successful match. But both of them, not even just one, but both of them would have to be like more ascended. And life path 9 is very incompatible with other signs because they just don't have a positive disposition about life. But that's the one thing about 3 and 9 is because 3 will be able to uplift line and get them to see the brighter side of life and help them to see the glass as half full. And 6 will really be able to nurture 9 in a way to make them really be able to see that they deserve love. Now, 1s, 4s, 5s, 7, and 8s are all incompatible with 9s. 1s and 9s, they both want to be in control, and only one person can lead the relationship at a time. Both people need to be able to know how to lead, but neither one of them would want to take a back seat to let the other person drive. So that relationship just would not work. 4 and 9 would not work because 4 requires a lot of physical support, and 9 will only really be able to, they're just a little bit too detached to be with a 4. 4 needs more than what 9 can give. And 5 and 7 will be incompatible with 9 for the same reason, because they will be too self-involved to be with somebody like a 9. And honestly, a 9 would just hold a 5 and a 7 back because they have very limited beliefs that they need to get past. and 5 and 7, they have so many ideas. They are doing different things. They're trying different things. And same thing with 8, as far as they have a lot of different skills and they want to try a lot of different things. 9 is so negative sometimes that you guys just will hold one of those life paths back. You need to be with a life path that is willing to stop and help you help yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not going to be any of them. Life path 11 is a very devoted partner to have. You guys are super faithful and very passionate in relationships. The only thing is, life path 11, you guys tend to be anxious. So, that can kind of make you insecure in relationships. Life path 11 will be good in a relationship with 2s and 7s. 11 and 2s will really be able to connect with each other and see each other eye to eye. They would agree on a lot of things as far as being in a relationship, like the way that they think, the way that they process their emotions, the way that they communicate. 2s and 11s would just really be able to get each other. Now, 11 and 7 will really be able to get each other because they both have these spiritual purposes, and they will be deeply connected through God. Honestly, like, it would just be a very divine connection. That's what I'll say. Now, 11 and 5 possibly could work if both of them are willing to work on the things that makes them difficult in relationships. So, like, 11 would have to be able to trust 5, and 5 would be able to have to compromise on their stability to support 11 through their episodes when they get anxious and stuff. Now, 11, you guys would not be compatible with 1s, 4s, or 9s. Now, 11, you and 1 are not compatible because 1 is just a little bit too serious. 11, you need to be able to explore yourself spiritually, and you need to be in tune. And 1 is just seeing it the way that they see things. And you need to be able to see a lot of different things. You need to be around a lot of different type of people for you to really have a fulfilling life experience. You will also be incompatible with 4s because 4s would they need more stability, and they would not understand your spiritual purpose. They would not be able to support you through that because they will be like, can't you just get a regular 9 to 5? Manifestation ain't real. After a while, 4 will start to get it, but a lot of their approach is just based in logic, so they just wouldn't be able to get it. Now, 9, they would take advantage of you immediately, and also they would just bring you down with their negative mindset. And 11, you need to be able to let your mind flow freely. You need to be able to visualize and envision everything so that you can bring it into the physical realm, and you don't have time to be being with no doubting Debbie like 9. Life path 22, you guys are a very loving sign. The number 22 is a symbol for universal love. But because you are so loving, it can tend to be a little bit overbearing, and only certain specific signs will really be able to handle your clinginess, let's say. Life path 22, you also have really high expectations for relationships because you have high expectations for yourself, and you need somebody that's really going to be able to keep up with your ideals and that's ready to work, because not only do you have the ideas, but you're ready to bring it into the physical, and you need somebody that's going to be ready to go. Okay. You guys are also very logical thinkers, so you can't really be with a life path that is too flighty or too much based in their emotions. So life path 22, you guys will be really good with a life path 2, a 11, or a 33. Life path 22, you guys will be good with other master numbers because you all have a higher soul purpose. So that means that you guys are just going to be able to understand each other and also motivate each other and keep each other from getting in your own way, because just as you have that higher purpose, it's even more difficult to unlearn behaviors and to heal from trauma. Is even more difficult. And 11s and 33s will just really understand what you've been through. But number 2, they are really sensitive lovers. They're very intuitive, so they'll be able to pick up on your needs, and they'll be able to give you what you need when you really need to be supported emotionally. They're also very stable-minded, and they're very balanced, so they'll be able to support your logical approach. And I think that they will also be able to meet your expectations, because life path 2 is like a mirror. So they're going to mirror whatever energy that you're giving off to them. If you can show them that they are as amazing as you are, then they will become that, and you will continue to become that, and it will be a really great match. Now, life path 22, you are not compatible with 6s and 9s. 6s will not be compatible with 22 because you guys both can't love bomb each other. Like 6 will be giving, and you will be taking. And you will also be giving, and honestly would just kind of get lost up in the relationship and distracted from your goals. And you have a big purpose. You don't have time to be getting distracted, loving up all day and night. Now, 22 and 9 is not compatible because 9 is just a little bit too pessimistic for 22. Although they are very supportive in relationships and they would be able to understand your logical approach, life path 9, they just would not really get it. Life path 33, you are the most compatible and also the most attractive life path. As a master number, you have a high soul purpose, and that makes you very attractive to other people because other people see your light. And the number of 33 is a very joyous energy. It's also a very nurturing energy. You guys are very generous lovers, and you love to give, but you also love to receive. So the most compatible numbers with you are going to be 3, other 33s, and also 4s. So for the same reasons, you guys are going to be compatible with 3s and 33s. And that is that you guys really have that inner child exploration, just fun-loving energy. You guys are very creative, so you will be able to support and understand each other through those creative endeavors. And because you guys will understand each other's energy because you are both attractive like that. So there will be like less jealousy in the relationships, not just over physicalities, but also over your amount of skills. People are really going to want to be getting next to you. And as a 33, you need a partner that just is not insecure for real. Now, 33, like I said, I can't even say that you're least compatible with anybody, because any one of these signs will be so happy and so thirsty to be with you. Every one of them could benefit to being in a relationship with you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely want to do more fun videos like this and make content. And you guys let me know, what did you think of this? Let me know in the comments, what's your life path number? What's your partner's life path number? Do you feel like you guys are compatible? Do you want to know if you're incompatible? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and book with me in the link in my description. Peace.